Mr. Tam, can you tell us a bit of your background in SPCA?
Well, I began as a volunteer about more than 2 years ago when I retired from teaching. I joined as a volunteer over the other side, that big building there, the bungalow there. They were not here yet. So later on, I asked them if I could join them. They say okay, if I could join them. So I joined them as a staff about a year ago, I think, before the Chinese New Year. So it's more than a year actually.
Okay. So what's the current issue faced in the street?
There's rampant dumping of dogs.
Okay.
Now, if you go anywhere, you see a lot of dogs running along the road. And then some of them are being saved. Even if they're brought here, they do not have a chance. They may not have a chance to live here. They neuter the dog that is brought from the street. If you find a dog from the street, you bring him here. They may neuter it, or they may not accept because there's so many. So even if they accept, they neuter the dog, or they spay the dog, then they ask you to take the dog back to the street, which happened about 2 years ago. It's a very heartbreaking thing, a very sad thing. The poor dog may not be able to survive, so they send the dog by van and then put him back on the road. Even some of them they throw outside the gate here. They put in the box, they put in the kennel, and then they throw here. Very rampant. Many cases nowadays. The law has no bite actually. Many people don't follow the law.
So, what do you think of the future of the animals here?
Well, the future is still okay because we still maintain, so far we have not put anybody to sleep yet. But there were cases whereby they were supposed to be put to sleep. So I think one of the committee members did her best and then got the 2 or 3 out to other places. So they were accepted by other cases. So I think one of them was fostered. Fostered means temporary. The dog has a home because we can't keep so many. Coffee has not been adopted. It has been here for a long time. So I heard that they may put him to sleep all that. Our chairman is very rich, has deep pockets, so she owns a sanctuary also. So I think these dogs were here for too long. So she took one dog home to her sanctuary in Taman Malawati. So that's a bit of a help. So instead of having so many here, occasionally she reduce some of them. At least they means they will live there until they die.
So in all this year you've been working here, right? What's the most heartbreaking
thing
you ever?
I had a dog which was brought in by I think a couple. So I promised them I look after them. But after I think maybe a few months later the dog died suddenly. In fact the dog he always played with me in the morning. Small dog. And in the afternoon he was found in the kennel to be dying. So one of the staff alerted the doctor here, but then nothing can be done. So we put her in the car to be sent to the hospital. He died in the car. So I buried the dog up there. Up the hill there. And I planted a tree, you know. When they clean up the place, they also cut down the tree. So now I do not know exactly where the dog is. I planted the tree for the dog, a very small dog. That was a very terrible thing.
But what do you need us to be aware of?
I would prefer you all to walk the dog.
Walk the dog.
Actually, if everybody start helping like this, you see, he's traumatized. You see, you observe, he's walking around. You see, he's going around. You look. So this is the case. You observe. He's going around. So in this case, it's better for him to walk outside, make him tired, and then he sleep better. You see, you look, he's going around. The whole day, until 1 o'clock. I alone cannot do much. If there are outsiders who can help, make him walk outside there, make him happy. At least he see things, he feels happy. But we don't have. I cannot go out and walk with them because I have to be here. If I leave, they may fight. Once the fight starts, it's difficult to stop the fight. And then if other staff or if the volunteers help, it will be easy for me. And then if they walk, they feel happier. So when they come back, they're tired, they sleep. So that the problem is the management is not here to tell the volunteers to do or tell the staff. I cannot tell them. The management should be here to tell the people working, hey, help Uncle Tay, don't just walk up and down. Help to walk the dog. Like this, you see, look at him. He needs help. He needs love. You see. Elvin, come. See. He needs people to. They need people to play with them. Elvin, especially Elvin. He knows. This is Elvin. His name is Elvin. He knows. You see, Elvin. You want me to kiss you? they love people to play. Nobody come in. We have many people walking up and down. As he said, it's not my job. It's not my job. I'm supposed to not be working because it's my leave. I cancelled my leave because of the dog. I got 13 and a half days and 8 days off, this month. If I take, I won't be working today. So I cancelled because of this dog. If I don't come out, they'll be inside. I think some still stuck inside. You saw it now. Still inside. So after I lone crusader, bring them all in, then put them back again all myself. Difficult, very difficult to work here. In fact, I retired many times. They asked me to continue.
So, Mr. Tay, the last one, where do you see SPCA in the future?
Well, the future is still okay, still bright, because our chairman has done a lot financially. I think she has put in a lot of money, and then a lot of staff sometimes come to help. Sometimes the own labourers, come to do the roofing, come to do this and do that, and come to do all the labourers' job. Because her own labourer, she didn't charge the SPCA. So far, I think as long as she's still the chairman, the SPCA can still function quite efficiently. Not 100%, I would say. I do not know whether to say, because I will compare SPCA as a big plane with no pilot. There's nobody to. It's autopilot. Autopilot means the plane is flying by itself. There's nobody to hear. You see, you don't see any staff. No, sorry, you don't see any boss here. You see no boss. Like me, if I am the type who cheat, I can go for my lunch already. Come back 2 o'clock. Nobody knows. Like me, I can go for my lunch now. I'm still sitting here. Who knows? We don't sign. We don't sign in all time. We go for lunch. And as a teacher, we sign. Very strict. Teaching, if there's anything wrong with the school children, I'm responsible if I'm late in the classroom. So we are very strict teaching. But here, nobody. You come at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, so nobody knows. The boss is not here. He's flying autopilot, I should say. But even volunteers come. Nobody tells the volunteers what to do. Thing can't be helped because the SPCA is a non-profit organization, so nobody wants to take the heavy, carry the heavy lifting. In corporate world, it's called do the heavy lifting. It means the hard work people don't like to do because not paid. For team members, not paid. So the poor animal live on the good deeds of the volunteer. If volunteer come and help, it's okay now.
Thank you, Mr. Tay.
That's all.
Okay,
thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr.
Most
Tay.
welcome.
Hi, Mr. Kumas.
Hello.
What position are you now?
Now I'm not technically working in an animal welfare department, but I am sort of an independent rescuer now.
Yeah. Why do you started like doing all this for those animals?
It actually started when I was a kid. I remembered my late father, used to taught me how to really, respect animals, respect the living being, including trees, the earth itself. So I began slowly from that stage. So after I grown bigger, when I was 18, 19, I started to get involved more in this industry. So I started to rescue, feed strays, in whatever power I can. For example, at that moment, I don't really have money. So what I did is I volunteered with my energy. So I helped out SPCA, I helped out a few other shelters, small one, the one is famous, the one is that is not famous, my friends, and so on. So that's how I began to help SPCA in the long term. At one point I felt emotionally down. It's all fun until the dog dies, one by one. Because of cancer, because of putting down due to no space and so on.
What we can do actually to save those animals in the street?
Awareness is really important though. What we all can do as a community is to help each other in the sense of, okay, for example, let me explain how a shelter works. So from people who rescue dogs who doesn't have space or any luxury to keep them, so they will rehab the dog, make it more human friendly and so on, to be sent out for people to adopt. So what people can do is actually to be a fosterer, train themselves, learn more things of how to adopt a puppy, a grown dog, how to train them, the basic ones doesn't need really advanced training system. Second thing is neutering. We have a program all around Malaysia, actually all around the world as well, which is called TNRM. So T stands for trap, N neuter, R release, and M, that is how we manage. So what we do is actually we collect street cats and dogs, we bring it to the vet, any vet, have them neuterized, sterilized, spayed, put them back on the streets. The reason why is because we don't really have any luxury to put 500 dogs, 600 dogs here due to some circumstances. They will fight, too much spaces, not enough food, not enough manpower and so on. So that is the most humane way I can think of, rather than, catch, kill, over and over again. We have been doing that since the civilization began. Another way to put it is actually the earth began as a jungle. So we cut down the trees and started to build cities, houses. So in another way, we are destroying their house. So, doesn't really take much time or money to feed strays, to neuter them, at least give them a better place or better hope. A little better than living in the wild, without any restriction of reproduction and so on.
What do you intend to do for now?
For now, I'm actually having a small project coming up, which I will create a website. I will contain all the information of having a pet, focusing on cats and dogs, how to train them, why do they pee here and there, most common problems, most common mistakes that pet owner do. Something like Season Milan, but not in a direct way, not fully on training, on rehabilitation. So what plants do you need to plant in your house, what is good for them, what is not good for them. And also I would like to create a fostering program, a small community.
How do we support you?
Okay, in the future when it comes, maybe for now you can follow my Instagram for the time being. Once it is released, I will post the information on my Instagram, the best way I can communicate with people. What I need help from you guys is actually to help me support, because I will need to chat online with a lot of people, especially in Malaysia and Hong Kong, because I have friends there who will help me as well. So my Instagram is QMarsMK, which is KIUMARSMK. And you can contact me there if you have any inquiry, any information, anything that you like to propose or suggest, better idea. I would be more glad to hear from you guys.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kumar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alvin.